trust issues in the beginning, trust issues throughout, and then trust issues in the end. And I believe that's going to happen all while this thing is going on. Let's talk about it. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Season 1, Episode 2 of Claws. Now, we start right back up where we left off, where Niecy is standing on the pier. Not Niecy, her name is Desna, but Niecy Dash. She's standing on the pier with Karuchi. What's her name? Virginia. And they're standing there, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with this body. There's a speedboat down there. So they're dragging the body down to the speedboat. And I had to laugh at Karuchi with that real cute little candy. It looked like cotton candy coat on and them damn hooker heels. And he told her, if you don't take them goddamn shoes off while they trying to drag a body, she's talking about she can't walk on her flat feet. Just a hoe. But anyway, they get it on down there, drag the body. When they get down to the speedboat, there's already another body down there where they done fucked, or somebody done fucked somebody up and wrapped them up in plastic. And looked like they had done called Olivia Pope in the crew. They had them all wrapped up real nice and neat. And had them stuffed in the speedboat already. And Virginia said, "Who's that?" She said, "I don't even care. Just put his ass on in there." So they throw him on in there, and then she throws his grill in there, his gold grill, and then she's trying to put it on his teeth, but it wasn't working, and they fell out on the bottom of the boat, which was a good thing, because later on, that's how they ended up identifying them. They put gasoline down, set the boat on fire, set the boat on off, but I thought that it was going to be a problem because the boat was out there and it started raining, so I figured that the boat didn't burn all the way up or blow all the way up, but it did what it needed to do. It had actually floated into the swamp, and they were saying that there was another body. They didn't know who that was, but the alligators got part of it, and the rest of it had burned. So that was that, and they really couldn't identify the body with anything really other than his grill. So it was a good thing that the grill was actually out there. Okay, so the next thing we see, they get all back. Desna told Virginia to stay in the apartment, go to the apartment, stay there until the morning, and she was going to figure out exactly what their next move was going to be. From that point forward, we couldn't find Virginia until almost the end of the episode. The whole day or two had went by where Desna's running around and she can't find her. She's texting her. She's calling her. She can't find her. They've already found out that old boy is dead, and shit's starting to kind of move and circulate. And of course, you know, they're Mafia or whatever they are. So, you know, they're getting popping with who it is that they're going to get. We found out in this time as well that the white girl, her husband, is actually Roller's brother, which we didn't know that. I don't know if they were real brothers or if he was just one of, because see, I done told y'all, I think that, what was his name? Uncle Daddy, I think he's just a pimp and they were tricks as far as I was concerned. But you are making a lot of noise. You know that? A lot of noise. Anyway, my mother's over here clowning like she working at the damn post office. Anyhow, that Uncle Daddy, there's something just not right with him. And another thing, his wife, that's a fucking man. I don't care what y'all say. That's a goddamn tranny. And I've settled that Karuchi's character is not a tranny. But I still can't figure out why the bulldagger called her a faggot. I didn't understand that. I just didn't get that. I thought that was really strange. But by all means, I really think Uncle Daddy's wife is a man. But anyway, so Okay, moving on. Out in the parking lot of the damn nail salon, there was this whole commotion. Now, Desna had got a phone call from the woman at the bank, and they were saying to just chill out, and there was going to be like a secret shopper that was going to come through the salons to make sure that they're staying on their P's and Q's. Of course you know that. Knowing that, that's when all the drama will ensue. And sure enough, this woman was in. There was a couple ladies in there that they were thinking it was a Asian woman and this really stuffy Caucasian woman that they thought were actually their greens are actually in that pot down there on the yeah. Anyway, they they were pretty sure that them two they didn't fit in. They really didn't. They didn't fit in. So, and they were right. Those were the actual the white woman was just the secret shopper. But anyway, so all the commotion starts at. Now they said there's this woman that's out there. She's sitting in the van. When you go out there in the van, next thing you know, she's banging and carrying on, banging on the lesbian. She's banging on her van. She's mad at her, telling her that she lied to her because earlier she basically let her know that she wasn't going to be able to see her because she was going to have to go and get an operation on her tongue because her tongue was all dry. I said, that's disgusting. But her tongue was all dry and crusted over and tired. And she came back because she said, you lied. You just didn't want to be bothered with me. She's banging the car up. It was a mess. All the neighbors, again, naturally, had came out and they were watching. Desna had come back. They had to break it up. It was a big old mess out there. They broke it all up. Ran on off about their business. She goes out and she was going to beat her ass. You could tell she was just going to go ahead and whoop her ass. And Desna was like, make it right. Fix it. She goes out there and start kissing her. And they're all like, all into it. I was like, whatever. Anyway, so all this time we're seeing the girl that works at the salon, the white girl, we're seeing her going through all of the motions with her husband. Because again, he's a motivational speaker. This is what he does for a job. And he does okay. You know, he's not really making a lot of money, but he's doing okay. And I think her thing was keeping him out of the family business was like her thing. Well, Uncle Daddy came to him toward the end and wanted him to take over where Roller left off. And she was so not here for it. So I think Uncle Daddy's a little pissed with her. We're going to say, little pussy whipped. You know, because she told me, if you ever want to get laid again, you'll let that go. Leave that shit alone. You're doing just fine. I don't care about the money. I don't care about any of that. Leave that shit alone. And she made him leave from the conversation. But I don't think that's the last they're going to hear of him and Uncle Daddy and that bullshit. So anyway, when they were sitting, let me tell you about the part where I thought that the Uncle Daddy's wife was a man. Everybody was all assembled there. The detective came back, and when they explained, yes, he's dead, this is what happened, we found his grills, they gave them the gold teeth to Uncle Daddy. He was all broke up. So when the wife came to console him, he popped the shit out of her. And then she popped his ass back. And he popped her again, and they all sitting there looking, and they had a whole full-fledged man fight going on. It looked like a prison brawl going on. I'm laughing at him, and then she takes and hugs him and everything. I was like, this is just too damn much. But the more I looked at her, and then when they were getting dressed for the funeral, I said, if that ain't a goddamn tranny, an old, wore-out tranny. She looked like an old leather purse that somebody done had for 30 years dragging up and down the steps. Horrible. She's horrible. And if she's not a tranny, then that's terrible. That's a rough-looking bitch. She looked like 50 yards of rough travel. Terrible. But anyway, so they were going back and forth with all that. Let's see, what else was happening around that place? Desna finally did find Virginia, where she had tried to escape, and that's basically what she told her. I don't trust you. I don't trust you, and I don't know if I'll ever trust you. And she told her basically, you could trust me. I lied to them because they were looking for you because you dashed, which made you look very guilty. You need to come back in there, and the role you need to play is how broke up you are and how much you really cared for him and all of that, not this running off. She said, and I stuck up for you, so you can quit playing that game, you bitch, and you do what I tell you to do. So I was like, okay, all right, Desna. So it's time for the funeral, and they were calling it a funerary, and I about laughed at that real good. Um, and then I understood why they called it a funerary. It was a hot ass mess. There was a parade. There were strippers. There was like 6 or 7 raggedy bitches from the neighborhood that he was screwing that was all crying and carrying on. But for whatever reason, everybody respected Desna. Now, Desna was done. She was done with the black veil and all of that stuff on, and they were all respecting her like she was the main woman. Like everybody knew their place. And she wanted to know, how is it that all these people know my business? Like, bitch, everybody know who you are. You's the main hoe. You know, she wasn't even aware of it. So I laughed at that real good. Sitting up there, and they go on. In the midst of that, right before they get to the funerary, Desna found out that what the white woman, the stuffy white woman, was actually the secret shopper, and it screwed up the whole deal. So that deal was completely off the table. So that was all messed up. I was like, oh well. So she's pissed off anyway. So as we sit there, like I said, they were doing all. They went from there. They did the actual funeral procession and all that. Had this big old picture of him standing up there with some drawers, sitting in the chair. I said, this is. I mean, it was a complete and utter mess. Gets through with all of that and the priest and all of that stuff. Then they go to the repast. Child, the repast, they bumping rap music, smoking blunts, drinking. The strippers are still stripping, popping it, dropping it, and carrying. It was a mess. A whole mess. And right toward the end of it, Uncle Daddy gets up, walks on up there, and this bastard cues everybody to shut everything down. You can hear a pin drop in the place. They switched right over from what they was doing, and this bastard got to singing "How Great Thou Art." I was like, what in the hell is going on? And he was good. He was really, really good. It was like being right in the Catholic Church. I said, this is too much. And in the midst of him singing, right where he was getting toward the end, here come that goddamn Virginia busted in the door. She's all beat up, banged up, and bruised up. She fallen out, made a whole big scene talking about they found me, they got me, and they found me. And they're saying that they gonna burn me up too. They're blaming it on me and saying they gonna burn me up too. And Desna's like trying to get her up and everything. And Uncle Daddy's sitting there looking like he knew who fucked her up. So I said, boy, this is interesting. It's just too much. This show is too funny and got too much going on. And that's where they ended. And we'll go into some more stuff next week because it looks like next episode is going to be a damn mess as well. All right. So I will talk to you guys later.